You say you want discipline, but your actions tell a different story. You start strong, feel proud for a few hours, then crash back into old habits. I get it. I did the same thing for years. The problem isn't that you're lazy. It's that your brain's reward system is working against you. But there's a way to flip that. To make discipline feel good, even addictive. In this video, I'll break down how to reprogram that system and become addicted to discipline in just one day. Let me be real with you for a second. You cannot bully yourself into being consistent long-term. You can shame and guilt yourself into short bursts of effort. You can force yourself through a week or even a month of pushing hard. But that approach never leads to real, sustained growth. It leads to burnout. I know this because I lived it. I spent years grinding, telling myself I just needed to work harder, be tougher, push through. And yeah, I got results for a while, but eventually I hit a wall. I burned out hard, and I realized something crucial. The way I was approaching discipline was fundamentally broken. Here's why so many of us struggle with this. Your brain, at its most basic level, doesn't want to move towards pain. It wants to move away from pain. What it naturally moves towards is reward, pleasure, things that feel good. So the harder something feels emotionally, the more resistance your brain unconsciously builds around it. It's not that you're lazy or broken. Your brain is literally designed to avoid things that feel painful. Understanding this means you can stop beating yourself up and start working with your brain instead of against it. The path forward isn't pushing harder through resistance. It's making the first step so small that your brain doesn't even register it as a threat. So I'm about to show you the one-day protocol that rewires your brain to crave discipline. But first, you need to understand what discipline actually is, because if you get this definition wrong, nothing else I share will work. My friend, here's what nobody tells you. Discipline isn't the problem. You don't need more willpower. You need to stop making progress feel like punishment. In my early 20s, I worked nonstop believing exhaustion was the price of success. I pushed until everything collapsed. That burnout taught me the hard way what balance really means. You can't force yourself forever. Your brain isn't broken for resisting things that feel terrible. It's actually working perfectly. It's designed to avoid pain and seek pleasure. So if every step toward your goals feels like dragging yourself through broken glass, you'll quit. Maybe not today, but eventually. The key is making action feel rewarding enough to repeat. Not effortless, but satisfying. When your mind stops seeing effort as danger, consistency becomes natural and your progress finally sticks. I'm really curious about your experience with building discipline. Do you picture some massive transformation overnight? Or are you cool with small daily wins that stack up? Because most people quit because they're aiming for the cliff when they should be following breadcrumbs. Drop a comment and tell me, are you a go big or go home person, or do you trust the slow build? I'm reading every response because I genuinely want to know what's holding you back. So here's how to actually make discipline feel good instead of like torture. I call it the breadcrumb method, and it's the opposite of what most people do. Most people approach habits like they're scaling a cliff. They go from never working out to I'm hitting the gym every single day, from never writing to I'm writing 2,000 words daily. It's this massive, overwhelming leap that your brain immediately rejects. But your brain hates cliffs. It loves trails. Small, clear, stupidly easy paths that lead to the same destination without the panic. The breadcrumb method is simple. You leave tiny, irresistible cues that pull you toward the next step. You make starting so easy, you'd feel ridiculous not doing it. Let me tell you how it works in practice. Prepare your environment to make action automatic. If you plan to work out, set everything up beforehand so the next morning starts with doing, not deciding. Want to write that book you keep avoiding? Open your laptop before bed and leave yourself a note. You have permission to write one terrible paragraph. It doesn't need to be good, just get something on the page. Want to eat better? Prep one thing the night before, wash and cut some fruit. So when you're hungry and working from home, the easiest option isn't chips. It's that fruit staring at you from the fridge. You're not waiting for motivation, you're designing momentum. Starting is the hardest part for everyone, so you just need a tiny bit of movement. When I look at a 4-mile hike on a hot day, I tell myself, just walk for 5 minutes. If you hate it, turn around. That feels manageable, so I start. And after a few minutes, my heart rate's up, I'm feeling good, the scenery's beautiful, and I keep going. The momentum takes over. Once you get that initial movement, everything becomes easier. The more you remove friction from starting, the more you'll do the right thing without thinking about it. Think of it like leaving small rewards that guide you forward. Each easy win keeps you moving, one step at a time, until you naturally arrive at the life you've been working toward. Momentum compounds faster than motivation ever will. Once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes effortless. The person who celebrates small progress daily will always outlast the person waiting for the perfect moment to feel inspired. Remove the friction. Make starting so simple, your brain can't come up with an excuse. That's how you win. The hardest part of any task is the first step, so if you design your environment to make that step effortless, you're already halfway there. Most people fail not because they lack discipline, but because they underestimate how much small barriers kill momentum before it even begins. My friend, your brain runs on evidence, always. It needs proof that your effort is creating results. Progress equals happiness, not someday happiness, but right now happiness. When your brain sees movement, it wants more movement. That's the game. So track everything. I don't care how you do it, just do it. Get a calendar, put it on your wall. Every day you take action, mark a big red X. 1 day becomes 2, 2 becomes 3. Now you have a chain. Your brain doesn't want to break that chain. Starting over at 0 feels like failure, so you keep going. Or use a jar, drop a coin in after every workout, after every 2-hour deep work session. Watch it fill up. That's not abstract progress, that's physical proof you're showing up. Write 1 sentence daily about what you did well, not how much you did, what you did well. This rewires your brain to hunt for wins instead of just checking boxes. If you're working to lose weight, step on the scale every single morning and record the number. Anything tracked begins to improve. Anything tracked and written down improves even faster. Once you notice that number falling, you'll naturally want to keep it there. You'll start making smarter choices without forcing it because your brain begins protecting visible progress instead of letting old habits erase the effort you've already made. Progress that's visible becomes progress that's sustainable. Here's where most people destroy themselves. They have one bad day and quit entirely. I worked out 17 days straight, missed day 18, felt guilty, and stopped completely. Don't throw away 17 days of progress for one mistake. Honor the 17th, review the one, treat it as information, not collapse. Then continue forward with the same steady effort. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It needs momentum. It needs to be seen that you're the kind of person who follows through more often than not. When you feel good about your progress, action becomes easier. So stop hiding your wins from yourself. Make them visible. Make them impossible to ignore. The proof you build today becomes the fuel that keeps you moving tomorrow. Track everything. Record every win. Celebrate progress. Confidence grows from evidence, not words, and every documented victory reminds you that you faced difficulty before and kept going. Each small record becomes another reason to trust yourself when things get uncertain, turning your progress into a foundation that strengthens over time. By the way, I just launched YouTube memberships on the channel. If you've ever wanted to get more involved or support what I do here, this is a great way to do it. Members get some cool perks, like priority replies to your comments and even the chance to suggest topics for future videos. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, check out the join button below. I'd love to have you on board. My friend, your brain learns through association. When something feels good, your brain wants to repeat it. When something feels bad, it avoids it. This isn't philosophy, it's basic biology. You need to train yourself the same way you'd train a dog. Action, reward, repeat. The dog sits, gets a treat, sits again. You finish a work session, feel good about it, want to do it again. Most people skip this step. They grind through effort, feel nothing, and wonder why motivation disappears. You're not teaching your brain that effort feels good. You're teaching it that effort is punishment. Stop doing that. After every session, even a short one, do something that signals reward. Step outside, take a slow, deep breath, feel the sun on your face, close your eyes for 1 minute. That's a reward. Make your favorite coffee. Text someone who supports you. Just finished my work session. Feeling good. When they respond with encouragement, that's dopamine. That's your brain learning. Go to the bathroom, face the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say with honesty, I'm proud of you, you're doing great. Let that moment remind you how far you've come. I know it sounds ridiculous, do it anyway. This releases dopamine, which tells your brain the effort was pleasurable. Your brain will want more. You're pairing effort with satisfaction. That's the entire game. Your brain craves dopamine. When you do something that feels good, it releases dopamine, so make the effort feel good. If you're not doing something you want to do, it's because you've paired that action with dissatisfaction. You're thinking about how hard it is, how you might fail, how you're probably not good enough. You can't do that. You have to pair the action with satisfaction. Pair the effort with feeling good. Do this consistently, and your brain will crave the cycle. Work, reward, repeat. Workout, reward, repeat. Eat healthy, reward, repeat. This is how positive addiction forms. People get addicted to scrolling, drinking, eating junk, all because those things feel good immediately. The brain doesn't care if something is good or bad for you. It only cares about dopamine. So let's get addicted to the right things. Let's make your brain crave progress instead of escape. The mechanism is the same. You just need to use it intentionally, reward the effort. Train your brain. Watch what happens. Your brain doesn't care if the dopamine comes from scrolling or from solving problems. It just wants the hit, so you might as well point it towards something that builds you up. Most people think willpower is about resisting temptation, but real power comes from rewiring what feels rewarding in the first place. Here's a little advice for you, my friend. Make it easier to start than it is to avoid. That's the entire strategy. When something feels massive, like climbing a mountain you can't see the top of, you avoid it. Not because it's impossible, because starting feels too big. So shrink the start until it feels stupid not to do it. Dreading the gym? Tell yourself, I'm just going for 10 minutes. That's it, 10 minutes. You can do anything for 10 minutes. You don't have to complete a full workout. Just show up for 10. When you catch yourself avoiding your business, start small. Open the document and write one rough paragraph. Don't aim for perfect or polished. Just get words down and let momentum build. Feeling overwhelmed by the mess? Start with one small task. Wash a single dish, nothing more. Once you begin, momentum takes over, and that small action often leads to another. Here's what happens. Once you start, your brain naturally wants to finish. It realizes the task isn't the monster you made it out to be. You get momentum, and momentum does the heavy lifting for you. You go for 10 minutes at the gym, and suddenly you've been there 30. You write one paragraph, and suddenly you've written 3. You wash one dish, and suddenly the sink is empty. That's the magic. You're not trying to do everything at once. You're just trying to trick your brain into starting, because starting is the hardest part. Once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes easy. The goal isn't to finish today. The goal is to start so small that resistance disappears, then let physics take over. A body in motion stays in motion. Shrink the start. Get moving. Let momentum carry you the rest of the way. What I'm about to tell you next might sound like it contradicts everything we just talked about, but stick with me, because this is the difference between discipline that lasts a lifetime versus discipline that dies the moment life gets hard. And trust me, life will get hard. My friend, every time you do something, bring genuine enjoyment into what you're doing. Finding small moments that make the process feel lighter and more rewarding as you keep moving forward. Whether you believe it or not, you're allowed to enjoy this. You actually need to enjoy it. For the longest time, I thought I had to struggle my way to success. I thought success had to be hard, that I needed to white-knuckle my way through life. But you don't. You actually need to make it more pleasurable. Listen to music you love while you work. Light a candle when you write. Pair difficult tasks with something sensory and soothing that feels good. Stop pushing through with resistance. Ask yourself how to make the task enjoyable enough to want to keep going. When the process feels good, consistency becomes much easier to maintain. Turn discipline into a form of care, not punishment. Treat your routines as acts of self-respect. You never need discipline to harm yourself, only to choose what genuinely makes you better. But you probably need some discipline to cook a healthy meal, or work on your business, or go to the gym. You need discipline to do things that are good for you. So make the whole feeling behind it, the whole ritual, feel like you're actually caring for yourself, not punishing yourself. Make it feel special. Pleasure isn't the enemy of discipline. Pleasure is the fuel for discipline. The people who sustain habits long-term aren't the ones suffering through them. They're the ones who found a way to genuinely enjoy the process, or at least the feeling after. If something feels like pure punishment every single time, your brain will eventually revolt no matter how strong your why is. So build in moments of genuine satisfaction along the way. Let me tell you, your goal can't just live in your head. It has to live in your heart. You need a why that makes you feel something real. One of my early mentors told me, if your why is strong enough, your how will reveal itself. When your reason is powerful enough, you'll figure out the execution, you'll make it happen, no matter what. Ask yourself why this truly matters. Go deeper than the easy answer. Who will you become by showing up? What part of you grows stronger? How will this shape your life, your relationships, your future, and the people you care about most? Answer those questions honestly, then write it down somewhere you see every single day. Read it every morning. When motivation fades, your reason stays strong and pulls you forward. Clear purpose begins momentum. Emotional connection sustains your effort. The more emotionally connected you are to your goal, the easier it becomes to act on it. When your why is weak, every obstacle feels insurmountable. When your why is strong, obstacles become problems to solve, not reasons to quit. Find your why, feel it, remind yourself of it daily. That emotional connection is what separates people who finish from people who just tried. Logic gets you started, but emotion keeps you going when everything falls apart. The clearer your reason, the less willpower you'll need. Your purpose becomes the pull that makes discipline feel like devotion. My friend, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't a magic pill. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly love doing hard things. But here's what will happen. You'll notice something shift. The first time you follow through on a promise you made to yourself, something clicks. It's small, almost invisible, but you feel it. And then you do it again the next day and the day after that. And suddenly, the person staring back at you in the mirror isn't someone you're disappointed in anymore. That's the addiction I'm talking about. Not some toxic hustle culture bullshit where you grind yourself into dust. I mean, the quiet satisfaction of knowing you did what you said you'd do. That feeling becomes your new baseline, and once you taste it, going back to the old version of yourself, the one who talks big but never executes, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. You'll still have bad days, days where you don't want to do anything, where discipline feels like dragging yourself through concrete. But here's the difference. You'll do it anyway, not because you're motivated, not because you feel inspired, but because you've built proof that you're the kind of person who follows through. That's the real transformation. You stop relying on feelings and start relying on identity. You become someone who just does the thing, regardless of how you feel about it in the moment. And when you look back 6 months from now, you won't believe how much you've changed. Not because of one big moment, but because of 1,000 small decisions where you chose discipline over comfort. That's the addiction. And once you have it, you'll never want to go back. If you found this video helpful, this next video right here will take you even further. Your choice, your life. Start now.